let's get to Jason Kelce. I just want to know, when did you start thinking about how the hell you were going to replace him? When? How long ago?
You don't ever replace Jason Kelce.
I'm not saying, but when did you start thinking about this insane thing that was going to come across your desk and be like, well, I got to deal with this now? When did you really start? Be honest.
Yeah, in the 2022 draft, when we drafted Cam Jurgens, and he told me that he was coming back. I could picture him in my office telling me that, and I told him that we were going to draft the center high. And, he said to me, we have a good team, and do you want to take, a first, second, third round pick when I'm playing? And I think from my perspective, and I'm not telling you I'm right, but from my perspective, you could either hear about the ghost of Jason Kelce and hear about all his habits and hear about how he prepared for games and how he played in games and how he was after games, or you can learn seeing him do it. And I said, the benefit of us having somebody in the building who gets to see you do it as opposed to hearing about how you do it is going to help that person have hopefully a 10-year career. And Cam didn't play much in 2022. Last year he got great experience at guard, but I know that he understands what the standard is to be a Pro Bowl, All-Pro center and person, because that Jason's both those things. And so I never regretted kind of doing that, even though maybe at the moment could have used something more. And I know just talking to Cam, he's so appreciative that he had the opportunity to play alongside Jason. Jason could come around whenever he wants.
Would he be a great coach? How good of a freaking coach would he be?
I think Jason would be great at anything in football. I think he'd be a heck of an evaluator. I try to recruit him to come work for me, too, because he can evaluate players.
Are you joking?
No, I'm not joking. When we were in that draft, I gave him a few centers that we really liked, and he came out and said, I love Cam Jurgens. And luckily, I only give him the players that I like, so he can't like someone else.
You're
and
like,
then
do
get
you
an
like
argument
cookie
with
dough
them.
or do you like Oreo? Which one? You like
Only
them both?
great
Let's
out.
just start with the locker thing. Is that true? Lane Johnson told me he has a locker space in your coach's locker room. Is that true?
Yeah,
What is that? What do you mean? You just allow a?
Well, I have my own locker. I guess my locker's in my office, so
Okay.
I don't go down there a lot.
What is his? Does he have a label on this locker room? What is in there? He just shows up.
The goat, like the goat. Yeah, no, he's in here all the time. Whether he's working out, whether he's talking to the coaches, whether he's.
Would you create a space for him on your coaching staff?
Jason Kelce can have a space on anything he wants to do on this football team. I love him. Will greatly miss him. I'm excited for the guys' opportunities that get opportunities without him here. But man, I can't say enough good things about how much he meant to me as a coach. And we all feel that way about. We love him. We love Jason Kelce. So
it's not just the energy though, Nick. He's got this is a whole. You can't fill. He was able to do something no one can do. You just called him the GOAT. How do you do it?
Yeah, and it's like when somebody goes down in the year, it's not just, hey, it's as simple as this guy takes his spot, right? It's a group effort, right, of the leadership, right? And I've seen, let's talk about Jason Kelce, the leader, and how good of a leader he was and getting everybody on the same page and motivating. I see Landon Dickerson doing a great job of leading.
Great.
And Jordan Mailata doing an unbelievable job of leading, and Lane continuing to do a good job of leading. Cam Jurgens has really stepped up in his leadership style, and that's 4 guys on the offensive line that have sat there with Jason. Like, I said this to our local media yesterday, like what Cam, let's talk about Cam. He got to learn from one of the best ever to do it, the best, in my opinion, ever to do it at that position. You don't think he's ready for that, right? And so, I think to myself, man, I'd love to have Andy Reid sitting here with me, and I get to learn under him for 2 years before I take over, or Bill Belichick, or Bill Walsh, or Dick Vermeil. I'd love, obviously get opportunity to talk to Dick Vermeil and bounce things off him.
It's very cool.
I'd love that, and Cam got that, and so, but it's not just going to be one guy; it's going to be all those guys, and I've really seen them really leading in a good, positive way.